it's about creating an environment where everybody can thrive, can be their best selves. But also it's about creating a sense of belonging for people where they feel enriched. And through that sport, they can make those social connections with people. They can enjoy the sport, but they can have fun. But that's given to everyone. And that's what inclusion is about for me.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think over the years, really benefited from sport in so many ways. And my big vocational thing is, how can everyone have that access? How can everyone have an opportunity to get those personal strengths, to get those physical, mental, positive attributes that sports brings? So it's looking at the sporting system and saying, who can access it and why? And then how do we support them to be able to access it? I think at the moment there's lots of groups that are struggling to participate for different reasons. Some of it's a sport problem, sometimes it's a societal problem. But for me, inclusion in sport is everyone being involved in a way that they want to be, whether it be just participation, just having fun, recreation, all the way up to athlete pathways. And yeah, just people being involved. I think that's a big thing for me. The more the merrier. Let's get them all involved.
And there are barriers that people face in society, and sport can really bring people together and connecting people in a way that you can't through other aspects of life and other spheres of life. There are many barriers to participation in sport. Not everybody gets the opportunity to access it, and so we need to create a level playing field and recognise who's excluded, but also how can we, working in the sport system, make a difference and reach out to different communities and collaborate and build partnerships in a way that we can bring people to the sport and to enjoy and celebrate what it provides in terms of that, that satisfaction, the reward, the achievement that you get from doing a sport and the fun that comes from it.
Totally. And fun, I think, is just such an important aspect. Sometimes, especially as adults, I think we lose the element of fun in your life a little bit. And even just sometimes I'll go play five-a-sides, on a Wednesday night, it's peeing down the rain, but see, just running about with my friends for an hour, the way that can lift me for the whole week, the bit can be the highlight of my week, and it's just because it's fun and it's playing and it's something we lose a little bit, I think, as we get older, which is a shame. But giving everyone that opportunity, to feel good about themselves, to connect with their friends, to run around and just forget about everything else that's going on in your life for a wee hour.
And sport can be a really safe space for people to open up about, challenges, personal circumstances that you might not be able to do elsewhere. And because you've got that connection through that sport that will bring people together. And for me, I've seen those safe spaces sometimes open up conversations that these individuals are not able to have elsewhere about bullying at school or about food and body image issues, and really just being able to have that opportunity to engage in certain conversations that you wouldn't be able to do in any other sphere.
Totally. I think actually that's where you find a lot of coaches, people disclose things to their coaches because they do feel safe, they do feel comfortable. It's a double-edged sword though, because I think on the other side of it, it also has the power to create spaces that make people feel tense about how they're getting on in the performance. And again, especially for maybe groups that haven't been represented in the sporting system, if they do manage to get along to a session and they have a negative experience, it can potentially stop them from participating ever again. So if you find a club or a community that can create that safe space, it's everything.
I suppose the question is, well, how do you make the environment inclusive? Somebody can turn up, and say, yes, the sport is for you, we welcome you. But actually, if they turn up and they don't know what the etiquette is, or they don't know the rules, or they don't know
the kit,
they don't know the language of the kit, they don't have the kit, and they're not educated or supported through that, then that's going to create a barrier in itself, and people will see that as that negative experience and see that actually maybe this isn't something for me. So it's not just about people turning up, it's about the people that work within the clubs that can actually really make a difference to how they invite people in, and thinking about, well, how might we have to do things their way rather than how we've done things the way we've always done them. I had a great example of this recently where, like, for me, I mean, I even like to push me out my comfort zone sometimes can be a challenge as a coach. I had some girls come to a cycling bikepacking trip that we ran, and it was interesting because they wanted to bring all their hygiene products with them. They're teenage girls. It was going to weigh them down. It was going to create a problem in getting from A to B on this cycling journey. But we had to adapt in terms of our thinking and our mindset to say, well, we have to make a compromise. If these girls want to be active in the sport, then we've got to do it in the way that's right for them.